Good day, y'all. It's AJ here, your toothless sage seeker. Today we are working with the Oracle deck that has started this whole rampage, giving you guys a better understanding about Oracle cards, letting you know that, hey, they can be used as a tarot deck, in the same manner as a tarot deck. They can call you out, and they can give you harsh messages depending on the Oracle deck you acquire. So, before I reveal that deck to you, my deck collecting days is coming to a very bittersweet end. The shelf I keep my decks on is getting full, so I have to be careful what decks I add to it, and I need to hone my collection to make sure that the decks within my collection work within my practice. I have a nice variety of decks, and that everything has a nice flow to it, a nice vibe to it. So, a while back, long while back, I was on social media, and they started talking about dark decks, using dark decks for reading for bad people or finding out information about bad people, so on and so forth. And it got me thinking, I don't have a dark deck in my collection, so I decided to figure out what type of dark deck I would like to have in my collection. And my deck pairings for my dark deck is the Deviant Moon Tarot, which I feel is a really interesting, unique deck that has a darker feel to it, but it's not nearly as overwhelmingly dark as some other decks. And I had to find an Oracle deck that would pair well with it, and I decided to acquire the Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle Deluxe Edition. This is one of my counterfeit decks. It's the reason why I tell you guys, always go for legit decks. Be careful what you buy. This is part of my deck collection. It is part of my counterfeit collection, so I know now, whatever I acquire in the future, I need to make sure that I get a legit copy and not a counterfeit copy. But it is what it is. It's part of my collection. So we're keeping it for what it is. So unfortunately, when you get a counterfeit deck, and mind you, there is the QR code, you don't get the quality of the original deck because of the copy. So the original deck is a gray tone color. This deck, however, is a brown sepia, raw sienna color, and unfortunately just doesn't have the vibrancy of the original deck. So one thing I have been doing, and I do have a couple other tarot projects I've been working on previously, so I was working on those before I finished this, is going through and enhancing the cards with alcohol markers and oil markers to bring the colors out in this deck and put my own energy into this deck so that I feel like I can connect with it a lot more, and I can work with it, and it matches the Deviant Moon Tarot a lot better. So with that, what's a message from the Mildred Payne's Pocket Oracle? There's a Mildred Pierce out there. I know there is, and that's the reason why I get it confused. What's a message for the collective from the Oracle? So the cards I have is Hand, Boot, and Bell. So when I think about Hand, I think about how our hands do everything for us, and I'm thinking about hands-on work. So that is making me think about work. Boots. When I think about boots, I think about walking and moving forward. And then with bells are rung for gaining attention. They are rung for celebrations. They are rung for cleansing. So what's the message I'm getting from these three cards today? You are out there, you're putting in the work, and what you are doing is helping you move forward. And what you need to do is be reminded that you're doing the work, that you are doing what it is you need to do, and every day that you continue doing it, you are moving one step forward, one step closer to your goal. And this is a reminder that, hey, you're doing this. Don't be too hard on yourself. Take it one day at a time, and you'll get to your goal as long as you keep going with it. So with that, I want to wish everybody namaste. I will see you guys in my next video or next reading, and as always, y'all come back down here.